In the endless reaches of space where silence rules and stars are born, only to perish in isolation, the James Webb Space Telescope has captured something so profoundly alien, so disturbingly precise, that it has left the world's scientific community suspended between awe and dread. This isn't a discovery of a new galaxy or a stunning nebula. This is a revelation, an image so impossibly ordered, so meticulously constructed. It threatens to destabilize everything we thought we knew about the universe's chaotic nature. For decades, we've launched instruments into the void, pleading with the cosmos to reveal its truths. But this time, the universe didn't whisper. It didn't hint. It roared, sending back a message carved in starlight. Not randomness, not noise. A clear, structured imprint stitched into the very fabric of the stars. And now, scientists aren't asking what it is. They're asking who made it. It began with a seemingly routine deep-field observation. Webb was aimed at a blank swath of sky, an empty zone previously labeled as void by every telescope before it, from Hubble to Spitzer. The goal, to hunt for faint traces of primordial galaxies, or hidden gas clouds beyond the reach of visible light. But what returned was unexpected. There was a glow knot scattered like a nebula, not explosive like a starburst. It was sharp, deliberate, like a line drawn with intent. As analysts examined the raw data, the spectral readings made no sense. No expected absorption lines, no known radiation behavior. Just a constant, pure emission in the infrared. Smooth, steady, as if something had positioned itself specifically to be seen by a machine, capable of peering through time. As the Webb data was refined, the image came into terrifying focus. What once looked like digital noise revealed intricate structure triangles, perfect arcs, mathematical harmonies, golden ratios, Fibonacci alignments. It didn't look like a celestial object. It looked like a blueprint at first. Researchers assumed a glitch, a rendering error, interference from Webb's shielding, maybe corrupted code. But round after round of analysis proved otherwise. The data was clean. The readings were consistent. There were no errors. This wasn't a mistake. This was design, and then the whispers began. Had the telescope unintentionally photographed something? Constructed? Had we just taken the first image of engineered architecture in deep space? As the data quietly made its way through elite scientific circles, the reaction was unprecedented. Emergency meetings were called at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory. The European Space Agency locked down its observational data archives. Even private observatories reported unannounced visits by unidentified officials. Requesting raw Webb datasets, there were no public statements. No official uploads, but secrecy never holds for long. Leaks started. Whispers grew louder. On obscure corners of the internet, people began comparing the image's layout to ancient Earth structures, pyramids, ziggurats, sacred geometrical motifs. Was this just cosmic pareidolia, our minds seeing patterns where there are none? Or had we truly seen something we were never meant to? The fear wasn't just about what it was, the fear was about what it meant. Then came a new twist, one that deepened the mystery. The object wasn't still. It was emitting faint pulses, regular, rhythmic, like a ticking clock, like a beacon. And more unsettling, it followed a sequence of prime numbers. Mathematicians raced to model the pulse. It wasn't noise. It had structure. It had syntax. If it was natural, it would be the first known case of spontaneous mathematical transmission. In the cosmos, if it wasn't, there was only one conclusion left. It wasn't just meant to be seen. It was trying to communicate. Decoding teams worked around the clock. One word echoed through every discussion: invitation. Despite every effort to suppress the findings, the truth began to leak. One image, anonymously posted to a deep web forum, went viral. Its caption was chillingly simple: "It's not a star, it's a signal." At first, most dismissed it science fiction, digital art, maybe a clever hoax. But those familiar with the James Webb Space Telescope's imaging techniques recognized the spectral overlays, the composite colors. Experts began quietly verifying the data, and then came the wildfire. YouTubers, astronomers, podcasters, everyone was talking about it. Webb's message from the void, they called it. The media storm grew so intense that NASA fell into an awkward silence. Their refusal to comment only fueled public suspicion. Something truly unprecedented had been captured. The tipping point came late one night when a well-respected astronomer broke ranks in an unscripted interview. Yes, the structure was real. No, it was not natural. With the image now public and researchers no longer bound by non-disclosure, conversations shifted rapidly to theory. One term kept resurfacing: the Einstein gap, the divide between classical physics and the bizarre behavior of quantum mechanics. The structure Webb observed defied all known principles. Its gravitational footprint made no sense. It appeared in a region thought to be empty, yet warped the surrounding space as if manipulating it. Some physicists proposed that the anomaly wasn't in our universe as we understand it, but existed in higher dimensional space. What we saw was just its 2D shadow. Others suggested it wasn't an object at all, but a portal, a corridor of space-time created by exquisitely precise gravitational lensing. Suddenly, the James Webb wasn't just a telescope, it was a key, and the door it unlocked didn't lead to knowledge alone. It hinted at an entirely new reality. Then the conversation veered into dangerous territory: history. Scholars noticed eerie parallels across ancient civilizations, from Sumer to the Maya, from Stonehenge to Göbekli Tepe. The same geometry, the same cosmic alignments. Even cave symbols scattered across continents echoed the structure Webb had captured. Was it coincidence, conspiracy, or a continuity we had long forgotten? Had our ancestors seen it too, or worse, been contacted by the same intelligence now revealed in infrared? Linguists and semioticians began decoding patterns embedded in the signal. Prime number sequences, repeating motifs. Some believed they detected syntax. Others claimed to find instructions. The mainstream scientific community laughed it off as fringe speculation. But papers began to circulate, anonymous, pseudonymous, written by academics unwilling to risk reputations, but unable to ignore what they felt deep inside: an intuitive recognition of something ancient, something true. Just a discovery, but a reckoning. We've spent centuries looking outward, searching for signs of life, believing they would be far away or long gone. But what if they were never far? What if they were already here, not in space, but in time, waiting for us to catch up, to finally see what had always been hidden? And when we finally built a telescope powerful enough to see the invisible, what did we awaken? For some, the discovery confirmed faith, evidence of divine intelligence, order in the chaos. For others, it shattered everything. Governments convened in secrecy. Defense firms studied the geometry for technological advantage. Religious leaders issued cryptic statements, equal parts awe and dread. But no one had answers. Only Webb remained, silently orbiting at L2, still aimed into the darkness. The darkness that had just blinked back then. As the global frenzy gave way to a heavy, unsettled quiet, a new anomaly appeared. One that was never meant to exist, buried deep in the last. Packets of data transmitted after the infamous image analysts detected an unexpected fluctuation. A pulse, faint, rhythmic, precise. Too regular to be cosmic background noise. Too deliberate to be a glitch. Initially thought to be an internal echo from Webb's own systems. The signal was reviewed, isolated, and triple verified by NASA and ESO. The conclusion was undeniable. The pulse originated not from the telescope, but from the very coordinates of the structure itself, a heartbeat from the void. This wasn't a leftover echo of radiation, nor the chaotic byproduct of particle collisions. It was structured intentional. Some called it a digital signature. Others, an artificial beacon embedded in a waveform. But what truly sent shockwaves through the scientific world was its synchronization with early human transmissions. It was answering a structure silent and lifeless in the void, had just responded. Not with words, not with a message, but with rhythm. And perhaps, in the vast lexicon of the universe, rhythm is all that's needed to say, I see you, too. What began as a monumental leap in observation ended with a cosmic whisper that appended everything we thought we knew. The James Webb Space Telescope, built to look back into the infancy of time, may have done far more than observe. It may have been observed. Its final image wasn't merely a glimpse of ancient starlight. It was a reflection. Something had looked back. The pulse embedded in the data wasn't noise. It was measured, intentional, and patient as if the universe had been silently waiting for us to look its way. And when we finally did, it responded. We believed we were the lone watchers of the cosmos, hidden safely behind our instruments. But the Webb telescope has revealed more than distant galaxies, and nebulae uncovered intention. And in doing so, it raised a chilling question. Were we the discoverers, ... or the discovered? Now, as the silence lingers beyond that final signal, one undeniable truth reverberates through observatories, research labs, and sleepless minds worldwide. This wasn't the conclusion of an observation. It was the beginning of a dialogue. Perhaps the most haunting truth of all, we may never know who spoke first, because in the depths of space, when something replies, it never does so by accident. If this revelation left you speechless, hit the like button. Subscribe for more incredible space discoveries and tell us in the comments, do you think they're watching us?